I met some girls that are down like meet up right now and then come straight to my house right now. First time I met this chick was at my house. Yeah. And I was like, holy fuck, man, this girl's really down. But these are the girls that are super down because they really want dick and they don't care because they're like, shit, like if this guy rapes me or whatever the bullshit, then
I'm looking for it.
yeah, I don't know, maybe that's their kink, but I don't think any girl would want to get raped. But like I think some girls just like they just need dick and they're so desperate for it that they're so willing to just meet at a guy's house first time at a guy's. I didn't even have a voice call with this girl. I just told her, hey, you want to just meet at my house? She straight up came over to my house.
Yeah, so I mean, like, what type of desperate girls have you encountered? Because for me, like, I was on Tinder while back in college, and I was texting this girl, and then, like, within 2 to 3 messages, she was like, Disney Plus and fuck? And I was like, what? And then she was like, yeah, I'll send you the Addy, and then she sent me her location, and then that was like, yeah.
Are you sure this wasn't like a bot or like a scam?
No, that was what I was thinking too, but then we FaceTimed before she came.
Yeah, I had a similar experience actually, like pretty recently. Some girl I met on like Facebook dating, she straight up told me to come to her house, gave me her address, and
Like-
then I looked up her Facebook and we had mutual friends. She had pictures with like my friends, and I knew she was a real person. I did my research because she was tagged in and all that shit. Her account wasn't like new. It was like it's been pretty
Up
long,
there.
and then probably like since 2010. So I was like, shit, some girls are just desperate to fuck. And
Why is that though?
like I think we talked about this in our previous video, or one of our previous videos about like, you know, if they're not that good looking, then they're more willing to have sex or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So if you guys want to check that out, I'll make sure to look for that video.
Do you ever feel afraid, like if a girl is like willing to meet up? Do you have suspicions and stuff like that, or are you just like, oh, like I'm okay with it?
Yeah, the likelihood of that happening is very, very minimal. Like we as men, we don't have like girls going like, hey, down to fuck. Like we don't have that that often. Especially if we're not like Brad Pitt looking.
Oh yeah.
Like we're not super good looking, me and you, right? So or we're not like super buff or anything like that. So the likelihood of that is like probably close to like 0.2%.
Yeah.
And then I think because of that, like we would get sussed out if a girl does that. But if more girls did that, damn, more power. Then I'd be like, shit, lit. You know? Like it'd be super like convenient for like men who just want to have sex and versus like a woman who just doesn't want to have sex, you know? So we could kind of distinguish between those two. So there's not necessarily like anything wrong with a girl asking straight up, but it's just because like today's society, it's instituted that women don't do that at all. Only men do that shit because men are the fucking horn dogs. So when that happens to men, we're not sussed out because we don't want it. We're sussed out because
It's against the norm.
Yeah, it's against the norm. I mean, I'd be like, shit, if like a lot of girls did this, I'd be like, shit, come over to my house right now.
Yeah.
Fucking free fuck. I don't have to go like spend like, what, 300 on a prostitute or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was more open like that, that'd be chill. Like because like right now we live in a world where things are kind of like gray. We're in a gray area. Fuck boys try to pretend to be non-fuck boys. They try to pretend to be loyal. Some fuck girls also do the same. They just want to have sex, but they act like super like cute and like super loving to a guy.
Or they take advantage of a guy that they know they can take advantage of. Like, have you ever like heard of like a girl just like like she has like a roster of guys, right? And then like sometimes when she goes out to a club or anything, she fucks on the first night. But then when she wants someone or she has someone chasing her, she makes them wait for a long time.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Like she distinguishes
Yeah.
like these types of guys, right? I agree. Yeah. I mean, so she in a sense like has a different persona. Kind of like if you watched that Netflix series,
Yeah.
the first season, spoiler alert. So
I
click
haven't
away.
watched it yet, but go ahead.
All
Like,
right.
you know, it's like I've heard about it. It's just a
So that girl in the first season, she classifies the main protagonist as like someone she wants to be long term with, but she
Mhm.
still fucks other guys and just treats those guys as like the guys she just wants to have sex with. So she separates those.
mm,
So that could be also like, you know, another issue, right? So
having
this
more options.
this girl necessarily isn't like not loyal to you.
Hmm.
It's more like she's not loyal to some guys, but
It's like selective.
loyal to like only like certain guys,
Like, are these certain guys like the ones that she thinks she could take advantage of?
like nice guys.
Mm.
So like probably me, right? Like I would probably fall in the category of like getting used by a girl for sex. So she would only be like, "Oh, like this guy looks like a fuck boy. He acts like a fuck boy. There's probably less than him than meets the eye. So I'm just gonna put him on my
Sheesh.
fuck boy list, and then I'm just gonna use him for fucking. But when I want someone for actual dating, I'm gonna go to like a nice guy like Dalen, and then I'll just like
Damn.
marry Dalen or some shit. I think that's another topic we could talk about in the future about like how looks are, not everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's more to that than meets the eye.